Hi guys, I've just got through the lemon squeezer successfully. Woohoo! Yeah, I just thought I'd just take a moment just to check in and just to let you know how I'm feeling, give you an honest opinion. I'm about 2 months into my trip, and I'm not gonna lie, but it is hard. It is bloody hard work. And right now, I'm feeling quite weary and quite depleted. I don't know if it's because I'm not eating enough or not sleeping properly, but I just feel completely knackered. I really, really do. Some days I look forward to getting out on trail, and other days I'm like, oh God, no, not this crap again. Um, Lots of little different things that have been grating on my nerves. Where do I begin? Yeah, being dirty and smelly all the time. It it really is. It's an issue. It really is. And as much as I had these romantic ideas that I'd be bathing by a spring and having access to water all the time, in the reality, it's not like this. It's not. But by the end of the day, when you get to the shelter, if you're lucky, the water source is close by. If not, it's a bit of a trek to go and fetch water, and then you've got to think about how much you're going to need to cook, how much you're going to have to carry out the next morning, as well as how much you're going to use to have your little bird bath. And so, yeah, you do the best that you can with what you've got. Um, yeah, being dirty all the time, it's just, oh, it's just awful. When it's hot, you're hot and sticky from the sweat. I sweat a lot. When it's raining, you're damp and moist and stinky, and nothing ever gets dry. If you wash something, you leave it out in the morning, it's actually wetter than when you left it out to dry the night before. And so, yeah, you've got to embrace the suck, as they say. And so, yeah, being dirty and smelly really is an issue. Recently, I've been taking a lot of zeros, i.e., finding lots of hotels and motels to stay in, just to keep me sane, just so that I can do some laundry and just to have a shower. Um, yeah, that's how I've been dealing with that. Another thing that's been getting me down is the nutrition side because, yeah, unless you send yourself mailboxes, you're pretty much at the mercy of what you can find. And sometimes you are just passing by gas stations, petrol stations, and so of course you're getting all that dead food, I call it, the food that can last for months and months on the shelves because it's of no nutritional value and it's dead basically. It's ironic though because we're as hikers we are putting our bodies through such intense physical activity, and on the flip side, well, I don't know about the rest of the hikers, but feeding ourselves crap, basically. Mashed potatoes, ramen, tortilla chips, you name it, M&Ms, all the junk food. And so it's a shame that, yeah, but you can't balance it out with some fresh fruit and vegetables and some good nutrition. But whenever you get into town, you always sort of try to eat as healthily as you can. And so, yeah, being stinky, lack of control about what I eat, and also the sleep, not getting good sleep. Um, yeah, I've been sort of playing about with my sleep system. And even when I tent, sometimes I don't always get a good night's sleep. And so I'm going to have to really look into that. Staying at shelters is just awful. I really hate it. I don't like it at all. It's just noisy, having to put up with other people's noise and smells and whatever. And so I know that I snore, and so I always try to be mindful of that. And so I try not to sleep in shelters if I can, and I tent as much as possible. Even if it's raining, I've decided that I'd rather have a wet tent and a better night's sleep than to stay in a shelter, get a bad night's sleep, and have a dry tent. To me, you need to weigh up the pros and cons. And so, yeah, you've got to figure out what works for you. Um, what else? What else? What else? Yeah, I think I'm learning to relinquish control. You've got to be flexible here because the terrain here in New Jersey, New York is like, oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting some of the climbs that I've done here. And so you think you're going to do X amount of miles in a day, and if it's flat terrain, then that's great. doing 10 miles on a flat, lovely forest road is fine. But if it's up and down, you're having to take your pack off, and there's inclines and sharp declines, then it's something else. And so you really do have to give up control over what you think you can do and just listen to your body. I don't know if this is normal, but yeah, 2 months into the hike, and I'm feeling pretty beat up. Physically, my knees are clicking. I'm wearing supports, but I know that that's not a good thing. And my feet, oh my goodness, I've never known such pain. I think I messed them up because when I got a new pair of boots, I had some insoles which were quite firm, and I think it was too firm when I was pressing against the rocks. And so subsequently, the arches of my feet are killing me. And so every time I take a zero, I'm just having to ice them and elevate them, and they swell up to like hobbit feet. And every now and again, I get sort of sharp shooting pains in my feet. And so they're still not right. And so I hope I haven't done any irreparable damage to them. And so, yeah, I'm having a whinge fest. I'm getting things off my chest. That's my prerogative. And so, yeah, what else? What else? What else? Yeah, just feeling a bit weary. I think that's it. That's it. I've got a couple of nice zeros coming up. And so looking forward to that. Um, Yeah, I need to have a new game plan. I've been shedding weight off my pack, and so my pack is never going to be lightweight, but it's much lighter than what it was. And I always like to carry a lot of water with me because I sweat a lot and get dehydrated. So I'm always going to have that additional pack weight. Um, what else? What else? What else? Yeah, that's it. Today I'm going to do about 15 miles. I think I've done about four already, and I set off nice and early. So I think I prefer to hike earlier in the day. And so, yeah, that's me for now. If I'm going to be honest, I'm going to rate how I'm feeling right now. It's about a 4 or 5. Yeah, it's about a 4 or 5. I think I need to rest and just to regroup for a bit and to get a game plan for the rest of my hike. And also in the back of my mind, I'm worried about my visa and if I'm going to have enough time to complete the hike because I'm going at a slow pace and plus also resting. So I'm not going to kill myself and injure myself in order to meet my visa deadline. And so that's another thing to consider. Anyway, yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao, ciao.